Hello and welcome to the Writecome.com podcast, where we help you to make money from your words. Each episode will be sharing tips, tricks, and strategies you can use to make more money from your writing, publishing, and marketing to your fans and audience. Let's get started with your host, Barry J. McDonald.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode from Writecome.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled, Good Isn't Always Good Enough. Now, back when I used to hang around with the writing community on Twitter, a lot of my daily newsfeed was caught up with tweets about people who had completed an amazing book or someone who had the great idea for the next best-selling book and they were just about to start it, but this book was going to be so amazing, people were going to be blown away by it. But for a lot of those people, unfortunately, they had the notion that once they had wrote that book, once they had handed it over to an audience, it would just take off on its own. They didn't need to do any promotion work at all. You know, word of mouth would get around that this book was so great, and then it would just explode all over the place. And it was only recently someone had mentioned something that I never really thought about before, and the more I thought about it, the more it actually made sense. And what this person said was, and unfortunately I don't remember exactly who it was had said the thing, so I can't actually give them credit, but they had said that it's only after we actually buy something and actually use it that we find out how great it is. You know, when you think about it for a moment, if you go to the bookstore and you buy a book, you probably have a notion, well, this book, you know, other people have been talking about it, or the critics have said it's a good book, or maybe a friend of yours has said it's good, and because of that you've gone into the store and you've bought that book. But it's only when you've actually read that full book, when you've come to the last page, you can make up your mind and you're going to say to yourself, well, yeah, they were totally correct, that was an amazing book. Or you may find it was a disappointment and you may question, you know, where have we got that notion that it was a great book. Or again too, if you hire somebody to do a job, maybe a plumber or a carpenter or something, again too, you're probably going to hear maybe reviews or testimonials of how great that person is. But it's only when they actually do work in your home and you actually see what they've done and get the end result that you'll find out, well, were they a good hire or were they a complete rip-off? Or again too, any gadgets maybe you might buy from the kitchen, something you might see on Amazon or whatever, you take it home. It's only when you actually plug it in or switch it on or try it out that you actually find out that that was actually a good thing. So I want you to keep that in mind, whatever you are creating right now, be it a digital product or be it coaching or whatever you're trying to do. The person on the other side, even though you say it's going to be great, even though you say, you know, this product is going to solve your problem or my coaching is going to help you earn a certain amount of money or whatever, that person is not going to actually find that out until they've actually completed your digital course or maybe spent that month with you doing that coaching. It's only at the end of that they will actually find out if it was worth the money or not. So as I said, you know, good isn't always good enough. You may think you've created the best digital product. You may think you are the best person to coach anybody. But the other person isn't actually going to form that opinion until they've actually gone through all that content, until they've gone through all those weeks of coaching with you before they will actually come to the same assumption. So don't sit on your laurels and don't think, well, because this is good, it's going to sell off the shelves. Unfortunately, you need to get it into people's hands, and the majority of your work when you have completed that book or when you have your coaching program set up is your promotion. You have to convince people. You have to do maybe something like a 30-day money-back guarantee where there is no risk on that person to try out that book or to try out your services, just so they will actually try it out and then they will actually come to the same decision that you have, that your product is great or your coaching is great. So keep that in mind today. Even though you think your content is great, the other person will only find that out when they've actually completed it, and then they'll tell you if it's good enough. So if you'd like to find out more about Writecome, or if you'd like to know what I'm writing about today, if you want to go over to Writecome, that's WRITECOME.com, and if you head over to the homepage right now, we have a great digital course, but again, you're only going to find out when you actually try it out yourself. But we have a great blueprint over on the Writecome site that is going to show you how you can become an online celebrity. So if you are looking to become an online celebrity because you're trying to maybe build a larger email address, because maybe you're trying to build a bigger following, or again you're trying to sell more of your products or services, I highly recommend you head over to the Writecome homepage right now, put your details in the opt-in page, and I will send that blueprint straight on to you. So as always, have a lovely day, take care of yourself, bye bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the Rightcome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.